Hey everyone, today's video is going to be my first food haul of 2022. So I've just picked up a weekly food shop from ASDA. I think in total everything came to around £20 and this should last me a week or so. I do have some things in my freezer and my cupboards already, so this is mostly fresh stuff. And I'll also be making a what I ate for dinner video, which will include a lot of these ingredients, so you'll see how I put them to use in that. But I'm going to get started with the frozen bits that I picked up. So I got some frozen strawberries and some frozen blueberries. I think these were both £2 each. These will just be for when I make porridge. I like to have a mix of both, and I think Tesco does a mix, like you can just buy a bag of mixed blueberries and strawberries, but I couldn't find that in ASDA, so I picked up one of each and I'll just use these in my porridge. I tend to have that for most lunches when I'm working during the week, so I get through these pretty quickly. Then moving on to the fresh fruit and veg, I got this giant sweet potato for 65p. Literally the size of my head. This was actually the smallest one I could find. Normally I'd go for like a bag of the smaller ones, but they didn't have any of those, so picked up this massive one instead, and this will obviously last me a few different meals. I'm planning on making some sweet potato mash with this. I also might have this with a katsu curry, which I like to make a lot. I'm sure I featured that in a few of my what I eat in a days, but I like to have this with some aubergine and curry sauce with rice, and it's really, really good. So grabbed one of those. I also got a bag of potatoes for 42p. I think I'm gonna make a sweet potato and regular mash like mix with these. Might also have some jacket potatoes this week and potentially some homemade chips as well. I got a broccoli for 50p. Not sure what I'm going to have this with yet, but I feel like broccoli goes with most things, and I just really fancied broccoli this week, so grabbed one of those. I got an aubergine for 69p. Like I mentioned, I'm going to have this with the katsu curry. I also looked up a recipe for vegan moussaka this week, so if I have the energy, I potentially might make that as well. Thinking about it, I maybe should have grabbed a couple of these, so I might have to get another one at some point this week, but I'll have to see what I end up making for dinner and if I use it or not. I got 2 courgettes for £1. I've obviously already used one of these. Picked these up yesterday and made a courgette pasta for dinner, so that will be in my what I ate for dinner this week video. And then I think I'm going to use this one as part of the moussaka. I'm pretty sure the recipe called for one, although I'm not 100% sure. If not, I might make some sort of like ratatouille dish with this. Courgette isn't a vegetable that I actually pick up too often, so if you guys have any good courgette recipes, definitely let me know. And then got some mushrooms for £1.18. Another thing that I don't actually have like a specific recipe for to use these this week, but I fancied mushrooms, so I grabbed some. I feel like these are so easy to use. I can throw these in pasta. If I make that ratatouille, I'm sure this would go nicely in that. Might even go in the moussaka potentially, so I'll definitely use these at some point. I got some leeks for 98p, another vegetable that I really don't buy too often. Potentially might make some leek and potato soup with these. And then I think they were also part of a vegan fish pie recipe that I saw and I might attempt at some point, so that is why I grabbed those. I got a bag of apples for £1.25. Now, there was a little bit of a kerfuffle in ASDA when I picked these up, because when I scanned them, the machine was like, this item's not recognised. Went and grabbed a staff member and they were like, oh, I'm just going to put these through as £1.25 if that's okay. And I was like, yeah, that's fine, but I'm pretty sure they were like 72p or something. Like, they were definitely pretty cheap, because I deliberately grabbed these ones over the other ones because they were cheaper. And me and my friend who were in ASDA at the time had like a specific conversation about them, weirdly, so they stuck out to me and I was like, I think they were this price, and they were like, okay, I'm gonna go check. Came back and they were like, no, they're £1.25, like here's the sign. But the sign that they brought over were for some completely different apples. So I mean, it was like 50p difference, so I didn't really mind that much. But it did mean I paid a little bit extra for these, and I'm 99% sure they weren't that price because they're like the ASDA cheap brand. But either way, I got some apples and I'm gonna make some sort of like apple crumble with these, I think. I know they're not specifically like the right apples for them, but I can obviously snack on these ones as well. I've got some leftover custard from Christmas, so I want to use it up in some way. Could just eat custard by itself, but I think I'm gonna attempt some sort of like crumbly type dessert. I got some lemons. Again, I've already used one of these, but I have lemon water pretty much every day now. It's become a real thing during winter because I'm just too cold to drink cold water, so I'll drink hot water with a squeeze of lemon. I'll also use these in cooking, so I used these in my pasta dinner yesterday. I'm sure there's various other meals that I might use a squeeze of lemon as well. I got a bag of clementines for 99p. These will be to snack on. I'm just still on the Satsuma hype, Satsuma/orange/clementine hype. I actually don't really know the difference between all of them, but these are the ones that ASDA had. I just love snacking on these at the moment, so I'm definitely going to have one of these after filming this video. And then I also picked up an avocado. This is one from the organic section because they literally had no other avocados in the shop. but I will use this on avocado toast at some point this week, or I might make some guacamole if I have like a chili or something like that. Moving on to the non-fruit and veg bits, I picked up this soy yogurt. This was £1. I really like this. I mean, it's very plain, it's literally got like no sugar in it, but the protein is decent. I just have this in an evening to snack on. Might add some fruit. I sometimes add like granola, things like that. And I just thought I fancied some this week. I got some tomato puree for 37p. This stuff I go through fairly quickly because I'm absolutely addicted to creamy tomato pasta at the moment. I make it probably at least once a week, which is literally just like this stuff, garlic, chili flakes, some soy milk, mix it in with the pasta. Tastes amazing. Honestly, really recommend it if you've not tried it already. But I just thought I ought to stock up. I do have some in the fridge already, but I hate getting to a point where I'm out and I crave pasta and I don't have it, so I just thought I would stock up on another one. I picked up some vegan chicken oxo cubes for £1.59. I've tried the beef, like vegan oxo cubes before, but I haven't tried the chicken flavour, so I'm quite excited to try these. Not really sure how I'm going to use them yet. I am thinking I'm going to make some sort of like vegan fish pie, and I know this is chicken flavour, but I'm thinking I might use this as like the stock base potentially. If not, I'll use this kind of over time. I could make like a chicken and mushroom pie potentially. I just thought this would be a good thing to have in the cupboard. Speaking of chicken and mushroom pie, I got some vegan chicken. This is the This Isn't Chicken plant-based pieces. I'm actually thinking of using this in the fish pie. Honestly, this fish pie isn't going to be a fish pie in the slightest, but it's going to be kind of resembling a fish pie, I guess. It's going to be some sort of like creamy sauce with mash on top, and this I thought could be like the fish, even though it's meant to be chicken and it doesn't really have the texture of fish at all. But this was the closest thing I could find, so that is why I picked this up. It is slightly more expensive. I would tend to go for a cheaper like vegan chicken, but this is the only one that ASDA had, so I grabbed one of these. And then the final thing that I picked up is this can of banana blossom. This was £1, and I've not actually used this before, but it's often used as like a fish alternative. I've tried it before in pubs where they've done like a battered fish and it's been really good. So I thought, again, with the fish pie concept, that I could also include some of this for like the fish texture, but I'm pretty sure this doesn't really have much nutritional value in terms of like protein and things. So I thought if I combined this with the vegan chicken, it would be more of like a balanced meal, this providing the texture and then like the vegan chicken providing the protein. So we'll see. I've literally never worked with this before in my life, so I don't know what it's going to be like. I have no idea how you're meant to use it, if you're meant to like wash it or anything like that. If you guys have used this before, definitely let me know what you did with it, how you got on. But I thought for £1 that's like pretty decent, and I might also attempt to batter this at some point and make like proper vegan fish and chips, because the ones I've had out have been amazing with banana blossom. It definitely has like a pretty realistic texture, which is quite freaky. I don't actually know what banana blossom is. Like, I know it's a fruit or a vegetable or a plant of some description, and there's like a picture on the front, but it looks pretty bizarre. Apparently it's a fleshy tear-shaped purple skinned flower which grows at the end of a banana fruit. Interesting. Well, there you go, learned something new. I'll definitely let you guys know how I get on with this. And then that is literally everything I picked up this week from ASDA. I've got a few different meal ideas that I'm hopefully going to try depending on how much energy I have. I feel like at the start of the week I set out to make like really exciting meals, and then when it comes to it after work, all I fancy is like cereal or pasta because I don't have the energy. So touch wood, the first week back after like the Christmas break is going to be fine. And like I mentioned at the start of this video, I'm going to film what I ate for dinner this week, so I'll share those meals with you when I make them, if I touch wood do make them. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you are doing veganuary, let me know if you have like any questions, if you want any recommendations for anything. I would be more than happy to answer anything like that in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.